Okay, so it has arrived, the Icom IC705, the radio that that produces 10 watts and does all the functions virtually of a Icom IC7300 for just a little bit more than the cost of an IC7300, but there's a lot of reasons for that, and I'm here to defend all of them. I'm sure I won't get to that point, but I love the packaging. Icom has always been synonymous with some of the most boring packaging on the planet. Now, I'm probably going to get attacked for that, but let's face it, you know, Icom, Yaesu, Kenwood, they don't really come out with the most colourful boxes, and this time they have. They really have. This is good. This is really, really good. I like the box. And I'm not one of those guys that does the whole box opening thing, and I bore you for the first 15 minutes while I slowly take off every wrapper. We're kind of going to skip that little bit. Just assume that inside the box there's a radio, and it's in wrappers, and that's got bits and pieces. Anyway, we'll hit on that. But it's it's a really, really delightful looking box, and I think Icom needs to do more of this, more colour boxes. The reason for that is because I have so many brown boxes sitting on top of my shelves that have either got Yaesu, Kenwood, Icom. They're all the same colour. They're all huge or not huge. They vary, and I can never find. I've got to get Riley up there for half an hour trying to find anything when I want to put something back into a box. And so, colour boxes, Icom, keep it up. I like it. So I've actually just got this sitting on my bench where the other night we were playing around with the FTDX 101 MP. Don't mind me, I'm still sort of recuperating a little bit at the moment after my little hospital stay, so if I get anything wrong, just blame it on the drugs. Excuse me. But this is the Icom 705, more appropriately the LC, LC 129 was it? Oh, boy, I've forgotten the actual part number for this thing now. But this is really well done, and I figured it was smart to be able to just show you a couple of... actually, we'll go on the other one first, hang on. So initially, and I haven't spent any time storing, putting this away. There we go, the part number was the LC, I said 129, must be dyslexic, LC 192, beautiful carry case with a, backpack really, not a carry case, with the Icom logo. Also has a little spot to get your call sign engraved in gold, which might be a bit of fun. Now I've just quickly thrown the microphone in there. The microphone, one of my pet hates, by the way. I'm not a big fan of this. If I could actually just get this out one-handed, which is just going to be a pain. Here we go. All right. To me, this system here could have been better. This over months and months of use, I can see this being a problem area. But look, a lot of people will probably, like myself, I'm going to chuck in one of the Heil headsets, etc. So you can buy the little cables that are like this if they do go faulty. So this here will be interesting to see what the wear's like on these connections over the next few months, and people can report on that. They come with the little charging cable, etc. So all very nice. Okay, so on to what everybody would rather see, an upside down radio. Okay, that didn't work very well. Could have done that better. Righto, a not upside down radio. And this is really just a nice place to store it. And obviously you can put whatever you choose in there to protect, and whether you have it on its side, etc, etc. These panels here can actually be taken out and move closer. And then what they've done is they've allowed you space in here, which I've just put some paperwork and bits and pieces in there. But you can really organise this however you want. It comes with 3 manuals, but the only one that really makes much sense for us English-speaking people is this one here. There is an expanded manual which you can print out. It's available off the web. which goes into a lot more. This is very much like the basic 7300 manual. Nothing really all that exciting about it. So we'll put it back over there. All right, so then there is the practical side of this. A couple of things came up today actually, which I'll bring up in a second, but there's a nice way that you can actually put this in the pack. Now let me just show you. Okay, so basically imagine the pack like this here. So that's all closed up like so. So your access to the top section here is quite neat. You can basically have it mounted in there. There is a little thumb screw that holds it in place so that it's not going to go falling out or anything like that. And it's quite padded through here too. So, you know, if you are hiking and you've got it set up in this top section, and I'm waiting for the comments section. Brenton, when was the last time you went hiking? Brenton, when was the last time that you used a remote portable operation? Yep, I look forward to that, and I'll put something in the comments section. I'm sure it'll be hilarious. But anyway, so let's say theoretically I did want to go hiking and I wanted to set up my little portable antenna system that I've just bought off Rob, VK2QR. So that's all with the tripod and all the different buddy pole bits and pieces. This is a nice setup in the fact that, you know, you can pretty much pull your backpack out and off your back and have you know, quite a lot of good access. Now, Perrin VK3PT came up with a good question. He said, well, this thing's got 2.4 and it's got Bluetooth and it's got, you know, blah blah blah. Why can't I have a, you know, some sort of portable software that Bluetooths across from my my little handheld like we've got here? Now I'll show you something which Perrin's a great mate of mine, and he's one of those guys that just thinks outside the square, and he got this answer that was really good. Now, before I get on to Perrin's observations of life in general, Perrin has already picked up on a problem that can occur with the Icom IC705, and it's obviously a bug that Icom didn't count on, which actually was John Taylor. Software bug escaping. Oh, I thought that was pretty good actually, so not bad. But let's get to the bit that was a bit interesting, well, probably a little more interesting than this bug. So good old Perrin asked the question, does anyone know if Icom have a roadmap for an Android remote control for the 705? Obviously he's looking at the fact that it's Bluetooth and Wi-Fi, so why can't we do something? And guess what? Here we go. From Akita Suzuki, IC705 remote, and that is already up and running, and can talk to your IC705. And from memory, I thought the comments were talking also with a couple other Icom radios as well. The comment over here was 73/51. There is already an official app on the Android market, so I'm guessing they're talking 5100 D-Star and 7300. Not sure on the 7300, I have to have a little bit of a play. So there is a remote. So basically you can have this all stored away, be walking along with your whip, you know, sort of taped to your head, whatever, and be changing frequency with your phone, and you know, scanning up and down, etc. So, you know, this might suit really well with, especially if, you know, you've got a headset running straight out of the backpack as you're going along. You'll look pretty normal, I'm sure. At this point, could I also just stress the Icom IC705 Facebook page? A lot of different people putting up hints and bits that they're finding already. So just be aware that it's probably a good one to join for sure. Righto, well, I've just stolen the antenna off the 101 MP. So let's have a look. Now, something I found interesting is that obviously if you sit it there, oh look, it's still, you know, but a little bit harder to use. So what Icom's done, they've actually provided this little, and I didn't think it would balance, but it does. Not well. I think if you breathe on it, it's probably going to head the other direction. Today I'm just using a short little patch from SO239. I'm going through a chameleon little ferrite, and then out to the, actually we're on the beam at the moment, so we should be hearing pretty well. So let's just turn her on as I yes, well that was the other thing too. I said earlier to a mate of mine I'm going to get this battery charged up, and I hooked it up to a supply that wasn't turned on, didn't even look at it, and I thought, oh okay, anyway, just be aware. I'm going to take this bit of plastic off here. Hang on. Remember I said that just can fall over with ease? Yeah, all right. And I'll tell you what, I'm going to have a little mount for this, because I want to put this in the bedroom, and nothing kinky. It's such a, let's face it, we're not going portable every day, are we? And we're not going to be using these things. They're going to sit in cupboards if we're not careful. So my thought on this was, this is because I know it inside out, because it's an IC7300. I mean, everything about it, how you run around the bands, etc., etc., and what gets you all around. If you've used the 7300 or the 9700, I was about to say the 7300, but I've moved that. There's the 97. Oh, yeah, okay, down on the floor, there's my 7300. We're doing a bit of a rehash. Okay, so pretty much if you're used to using the IC7300, you're going to have no problems with this. Now, I need to mount this a little better than what I've got here. Just let me do something. So I've found a Norwex cloth, filthy, dirty thing at the moment. I was only just using that earlier. Just to give me a bit of stability at the moment, so it just doesn't keep on popping forward. So let's have a look. Let's go up a little bit, and we'll have a look at the boys on 7093, which we know will be there for the Candos net at this time of the day. Here we go. Now, nice front speaker on this, which is really good. And we are not quite pointing. We're not quite pointing to Queensland at the moment. We're probably pointing to Sydney, but that's okay, close enough. Now we'll just turn that down for a little bit. Now let's plug that microphone that I complained about. Okay, so I've plugged some power in, so we're just using the little DC lead coming in the side there. That'll give us 10 watts versus 5 watts. Also has us charging at the same time, which is what I meant to do earlier. Now, at the moment, you're hearing audio coming off this microphone. And just need a bit of a stronger signal, just to give you a comparable sort of audio. Yeah, we'll just wait for one of the boys that are running the net to come back, because what we can do on the side here is we can just select to pull out the speaker function and just have, obviously, the speaker coming through here versus off the little smaller one. Oh, I need a stronger signal though. Oh, here we go. Oh, let's pull that out. Hang on, guys. Okay, so much better audio.
Alpha Bravo India, good afternoon. You've got Colin in Brisbane. You've called in on the Candoscope. Welcome. I hope you had a good weekend. I haven't got time for the log, over.
And VK3 Charlie Mike QRP.
Gotcha, Brendan.
Wow. No, I was not expecting that. With 10 watts of power, I was expecting to probably ask me to come in a couple of times. Wow. Okay, well, that's good. Hopefully we'll get through to Colin in a tick.
Okay, would you like to try that one, Tom?
And VK 2KF's normally a lot stronger, so conditions on the short path, on the shorter distances, are definitely not doing so well at the moment. But in half an hour, Tom could be a lot better again. Don't pay any attention to the time. We haven't set anything up on this just as yet. But when I say that, I haven't set up the mic drive or anything. Colin got us straight away there, so we'll just wait for a second and we'll get Colin through. We'll have a bit of a look. Well, Tom and Colin are all having a bit of fun there. I thought we'll just have a look at the expanded set. This screen is fantastic. Now, bear in mind, I sold a KX3 to buy this, and so KX3 is a very, very nice radio. but I'm already liking this function here, where normally the PX3 would be sitting alongside this, just to be able to get this at another $1,200 cost. So Icom have got a lot sitting in this box, that's for sure.
4LKB, please.
Now while we're waiting, we're just having a bit of a look at some of the filters. 3 kilohertz, I'm assuming, yeah, 2.4 kilohertz. Some of the signals are not quite as strong as I would expect them to be at the moment, which is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. We'll go back to 2.4 filter, and as I said, if you're used to the 7300 or the 9700, well, you are just going to be, in your element, because there's really not a lot to learn. You're just ready to go. So you've got your 2 levels of menus there. So I'll just turn that down a bit while they're not actually chatting to me. A little bit to sort out with getting, for D-Star and bits and pieces up and running. So I want to have a bit of a play with that with Perrin, actually, on 80 metres. I saw him put out a request to, let's do D-Star on 80 metres, and I thought, yeah, good idea. All right, so basically get out of that, back to there you go. And if you want to go back to your standard, just waterfall. Oops. There we go. And that gives you that nice big display. Absolutely love the size of this display. There's just a million things about this I'm loving at the moment, and it's very unusual for me. I tend to be a bit more critical of things generally, but no, this is lovely. I thought I'd just quickly take us down and have a look at the RF power. We might just turn our mic gain up a bit. Not that it needs it from what, but let's just put it up at 85% for the heck of it. Compression is off at the moment. So we can just touch it there and we can put it on. I probably won't for the moment. I'll just go with the standard sort of mic gain it with 10 watts, the whole 10 watts. All right, let's get rid of that. Now, Collins dropped a bit there up in Queensland. I might just bring that rotator, oops, a little bit further, wrong way. I might just shoot right up towards him with a bit more angle. Because on 10 watts of power, we're going to need everything we can get. Oh, there we go. Yeah, good on you, Colin. VK4 PDX, VK3 Charlie Mike, using one of these nice little Icom IC705 portable units, 10 watts of power. I'm off the 13.8 volt supply at the moment, and not off the battery, just charging the battery at the moment. But yeah, this is one of these new Icom IC705s. Absolutely love it, Colin. And you're coming in beautifully here into Tangambalanga. VK4 PDX, VK3 Charlie Mike. Back over to you, Colin.
Very good, Brent. 5 and 7, mate. Good signal. 5 and 7.
It's not bad.
No trouble at all.
10 watts.
A little bit of noise on the band, so you're getting through it. But okay on the little Icom. Give you a shout in the next round, Brenton. Over.
Yeah, good on you, Colin. I just captured a bit of you on video, mate, so I'll send you the link to the video so you can hear yourself talking to the world. All right, mate, I'll see you on the next round. I'll finish up this video. Thanks, buddy.
Okay, very good. Okay.
Oh, that's brilliant. I'll just turn that down a bit. Now, 10 watts of power, S7, he's S9 running 100 watts, which makes a bit of sense, doesn't it? And there's Paul, my old mate from South Australia. He's coming in relatively well too for... Oh, look at that. Actually coming in very well. Now, I'm trying to think, what do we want to do next? It's actually working so well. We're doing so little. I haven't had to do much at all. Oh, let's have a look. I've got to fix this little situation of this rag underneath here. I've already seen a couple of aftermarket things that have come out for them, so more on that in time for sure. Look, the rest of this is really going to be me rambling on about it, and quite honestly, you know, all I can say about this radio, once again, you know, if you've had a 7300 or have a 7300, just piece of cake. You'll be 100% able to operate this in 30 seconds. I'm just trying to think, is there anything really to add? But no, there's not. I love it. I think it's got huge potential. and it'll be good to actually get it out in some sort of portable, location at some stage, and just hook it up to the buddy pole, and we'll probably take it up to Falls Creek up the top there, because that's only about an hour's drive from here, and give it a bit of a run from there. So yeah, really look forward to being able to use this thing with a bit of difference in. For me, I'm normally base station. Everything I do is base station, so I'm probably about to go on a big learning curve. But the buddy pole system that I've bought from Rob, VK2 QR, will make my life a little bit easier. That, and using the Rig Expert antenna analyzer, we should be able to get things working reasonably well. And it's funny, I don't really want to run more power. I think on top of the hill up at Falls Creek, I'd love to just see, okay, who hears us with 10 watts. So anyway, all really good. One last thing I didn't get a chance to show you was, actually put the noise maker on. I wanted to put the preamp level 1 in.
Very good, yes. 5 and 9 plus to me, I
Oh.
mean. And you're never too busy.
And that makes a bit of sense. 5.9 plus 5 before, 20 over 9, so the preamp's working how it should.
VK3 Echo India Radio.
The touchscreen is just so easy, just, whatever you want to do. I just made a mistake then. You can't change the preamp by touching that. It was a good try, wasn't it? So basically back into your function and preamp level 2, which will take it up again, and preamp off. I was actually finding with the preamp off, it's probably about right. When I put the preamp on, it's just adding meter movement, because it's pretty clear regardless. And as you can see with these menus, same sort of thing, you just keep going with it. All right, 73s, it's been really a bit of fun firing this up. I've really not had the best last week, I've got to be honest, just back out of hospital with more bits being cut out of me. And if this radio had arrived yesterday, I would not have been able to get out of the box. I was just so crook. But today I've had a little bit better run, so which is good. Back to see the surgeon on Wednesday to find out what's next. But all I can say is thank God for having a hobby that can be there with you when you need to recuperate. And especially, this is my new bedside radio when I'm not outdoors, which people laugh at that. So basically this has pretty much discontinued my entire sex life from now till the day I get rid of the radio out of the bedroom. I would say so. Anyway, this is probably one of the best ways to ensure there's no pregnancies in this household. Put an IC705 next to the bed. 73 is all from VK3 Charlie Mike. Nice to be able to at least show you a bit about what one does, and I'm sure this will be amongst the hundreds of videos of people doing the same. But anyway, a lot of fun. 73s, all the best. Cheers.